Okay. I was watching a YouTube video and I saw this really funny idea for portable silverware. And I thought that was funny because silverware is already pretty portable. Because, like, the best size for silverware to be able to do what it needs to do is pocket size, you know? So, like, I thought that was funny. But then I thought, why not make a silverware keychain? Right? Because why not? So, what I want to make here is a spoon, a fork, and a butter knife in a case that is small enough to be on a keychain. But then also, I want the handles for the spoon, the fork, and the butter knife to be shared, right? I want them to have the same handle that I just swap back and forth between them, right? And I think it'd be pretty nifty if the handle there was also like a small pair of chopsticks or something similar to that, you know? Something similar to chopsticks, maybe, but not necessarily just chopsticks. So yeah, this is just a stupid idea. So I'm gonna start with, I don't know, guessing how big this handle chopsticks thing should be. Because it's not going to be actually chopsticks. It's more like, I don't know. Because in that YouTube video, there was also this pair of, like, chopsticks type things that attach to your fingers that you use for eating, like, Cheetos and crap, you know? And I thought that was pretty neat that'd be pretty neat to have. So if I just guesstimate, I don't know, maybe 70 millimeters, but then that's 75, 80? 80. I'll go 80. So from here to here will be like 80. Alright. And then it's going to be, I don't know. I'm going to make these equal. I'm going to make these equal. Okay. I'm going to put a circle here so that there's room to bend up 5. I'll call it 5. I'm going to offset. Does the circle have to be there? Because if I put a line like this, right? And then I make this tangent to here. I make this tangent. I don't particularly like that, but say I have, I don't know, like 1.2 millimeters. Delete that and make this vertical. And then make this tangent on this side. And trim it. That looks good, I think. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. That doesn't look good at all. No. I need this to be 5 and then offset this by 1.2, and the reason I want that to be is because it's the same size circle as is in the tongs that I made for the fry scoop tongs, and I know that works, and this should be tangent to it, so I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to go ahead and make this distance 80. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this, and I don't know how wide to make this, but for now I'm going to go ahead and make these tangent to the circle, so I should be able to... Okay, that's good, that's good. Ha, that's funny. I don't know. I'm gonna guess here. I want it to be fairly big, but not too big. If it's about, I don't know, 45? If the width here is about 45 millimeters, that feels good. And then another one tangent to the other circle. What? I don't know why that had to be there. Trim this. Warning, constraints. I don't know what constraint that was, but... Okay. Now... To make it... Let's see. Now this is going to double as a handle that I stick into a spoon and a fork, right? So I'm going to need to be able to close these fairly straight, and I need it to be fairly thin, but not too thin when I close them. As in, I need the distance between this end and this end in the closed position to be small. So what if I make this, let's see, 4 millimeters is very small, so it should work. So I'll go ahead and keep that. Now I would like for it to have a good grip on food, so that doesn't necessarily have to be perpendicular. I would like them, however, to be equal to each other. I don't know what this is parallel to. I don't know what just happened. Over-constrained. P equal. Okay, that's the equal one. Okay. Okay. This has to be perpendicular to that. Make these equal. And then make all of these equal. Okay. P equal. Why do I want... Why is this equal to something? This should be equal to this. What? Okay, it already is for some reason. That's a construction, that's a construction, that's a construction. Make this, I don't know, maybe 1? That looks good. And then make this 2 feels good too. Oh, that just turned these into squares, didn't that? Let's go with... How about... What does 1 do? That makes them too small. 1.5 looks nice, I think. But actually, if I make it 2, then I can put the same thing on the other side here. And rather than mirroring it, I can have it like go into it, right? So like these parts here would be the teeth on this side. Let's see. So I've got 2. Does not have to be frickin' perpendicular to that line. Don't know why this stupid thing wants things to be perpendicular like that. Okay. Everything's got black lines, which I like. So then I guess on this one, it would be okay. And then make everything equal to what they have to be equal to. And then this is 2, and this is 1. All right. And let's do 5 teeth. Let's do an extra couple teeth here. So by making these perpendicular now, I can whoops. See, those are automatically equal because of the perpendicular. So it's going to be over-constrained when the stupid thing decides to finally process. Okay. And then another set of teeth here. Another set of teeth here. Okay. And then just in case I end up not liking this, I'm going to go ahead and mirror these on this line here. So that I can change the extrusion later. Okay, so I'm going to finish here and I'm going to extrude this bit . 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to do 4. Okay, now let me check the planes here. Okay, cool. Cool. The XZ plane is the mid plane between these two. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make That's not gonna work. Actually, maybe it will if I get now. What angle is that at? I don't think it's at the right angle. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in this first sketch and I'm gonna put a line here and make it perpendicular here. It's gonna be a construction line and it's gonna be I don't know, pretty big. And then I'm gonna make the sketch visible. I'm gonna rename the sketch. What should I name it? Sticks. No, not look at sticks. Base? The base for the sticks? That way I don't lose track of things like I did in the stupid other one. Now I'm going to make a plane here at 90 degrees, put a sketch on it, and project this plane here. Okay. And I'm going to put a line going out and a circle of about 20, I believe, is how big my fingers are. And an offset circle of about 1.6 to give them a little bit more stiffness than this. I'm going to put this on there. Oh, okay. I see what happened. I clicked the wrong one. Okay. Stick base. Okay. And then I'm going to draw another line to extend this. And I'm going to put... Can I put that in there? It's not touching anything. Okay. I'm gonna put this in there somewhat. This is gonna be hard. Oh, you know what? I know what to do. I know what to do. Okay. What can I do? Okay. Axis here. Can I move the axis to before the sketch? Okay, good, good, good. Gonna redo the sketch. Project the axis. Gonna go ahead and make the axis invisible. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this tangent to this. So now when I mirror it, what's gonna happen, ideally, this is the maximum. Okay, so this is gonna be 2. I'm gonna offset from this one 1.6 again. And I don't know how much space there will be, but essentially what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna mirror this, right? So that there's another one. These are basically going to be the finger holes, right? That I put my fingers in. Put a line here. Where is that stupid check mark? Whatever. Put another line here. And put another line here. And then this is going to be 360 minus okay. I think I want for it to be like a third. I think I want from here to the top to be a third of 90. So that should actually be, that would be 2/3 of 90 is 60 times 2 is 120. I don't like that. That's too big. $90 is too small. So I'm going to guesstimate around 115. It feels too big now. 110? Okay. I wonder something. Can I make... No, I can't do that. Okay. First, I'm going to make these equal in length. Then I'm going to make 2 lines that go to them, and then I'm going to make those 2 lines equal. Okay, cool. And then these are going to be construction lines, and they're going to be all the way outside. I want them to be all the way on the outside. Okay. I don't know, that feels good. Okay, extrude this. -20 minus 20 join. Now how is that? I don't know. I'm going to go back into this sketch. Okay, that's there. So I'm going to go back into the extrude and include this. And 20 feels too big. Yeah, 10 feels about right. Now I'm going to mirror this on this plane. Now if I bend these so that they are hang on. Stick base. What is this? Right? I need to measure. Yeah. I need to measure from here to here. That's 12.6 degrees. Okay. So, real quick, I'm going to new body this so that I can move this and rotate it on this axis by 12.6 degrees. Then I'm going to move this on the same axis by 12.6 degrees in the other direction. And then I'm going to make it 13 degrees. And I'm going to make this one 13 degrees. I'm going to make it 15. I'm going to make it 14. I'm going to make it 12. Okay, I'm going to make it 13.6. Now it's going too far. Okay. So there's plenty of room for them to go parallel. And this is joined now? Okay, cool. Alright, so there's plenty of room for them to go parallel to each other. But then what happens if I go parallel to that? That's 5... It's essentially 5 millimeters apart. I'm going to keep it like that. Then I'm going to make this and rename this to stick holes. Stick finger holes. Sticks finger holes for the sketch. And I'm naming the body to sticks. Alright. So this is good enough for me to print right now and test it out on something. I don't know what I would test it out on. Except I need to curve things off so that it doesn't hurt to use. First I'm going to curve off these here geometries so that I don't mangle something soft. Whoo, one is far too much. Dang. Okay. Let's go a 1/4 millimeter. Yeah. And then I'm gonna round off this part here. Almost forgot these edges. The inside edges there are the most important ones. Okay, looks like 0.5 millimeter is a good way to go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and chamfer okay. These by a little bit. I'm gonna not do that then. I was really hoping to be able to chamfer these so that whatever. So I should be able to print this as is, and hopefully this will bend well enough for me to use it as essentially little chopsticks. And then after this, I'm going to make a spoon and a fork and a butter knife to attach to it. I don't know how I'm going to do the butter knife. That's going to be pretty weird. And then I'm going to... yeah. The idea for this is I would close these and stick the ends here into a hole on the spoon, fork, and butter knife. And I'm going to put these in a case somehow. So I'm going to go ahead and save this right here and see how well these work. Because in order to do the spoon and the fork and the butter knife, I gotta know, I need to take an actual real life in-world measurement, a real world measurement of the distance between these 2 points when I close them. So, oh, I just realized this is going to require support. That's going to be annoying. Is there a better way to do this that's not going to require support? I think so. If I put them up here, that's not going to require support. Now if I do this, that should make it vertical. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to have to edit this extrusion now. I'm going to delete this one from here and actually change this one to be tangent to it. And then I'm going to change this extrusion to be not including that and not including that. So it includes all this. And then this, what's wrong with this? Okay, there. That won't require support. But I'll have to print it slowly so that these here little islands are gonna come out properly. Okay, so now I can print these out and see how well they work as like mini chopstick thingies and see if they actually work. I might have to make these longer. I wouldn't want to make them longer, but I might have to. I don't think I will need to make them longer, but I might. Anyways, save as mesh. 6,844 because of all the fillets here. Up. New folder. I'm gonna call it a Cutlery keychain. Save. Save. Okay. And now I'll print this out and see how well it works. Alright. I've got this printed out. I'm going to see how it fits on my fingers. Not very well. I got that hole too small, so I need to measure my finger better. I can get them on like this, and then I can close it. This printed way faster than I expected. Like, it only took an hour. So I'm gonna see. I don't know if I like having them on these fingers. I might prefer them on these fingers. I think I would prefer them on these fingers if they fit on these fingers better. And like, I don't know. I'm gonna see if they can actually hold these here Halloween pretzels. I don't know what the best thing to test them out on would be. I don't think they're gonna do too well because this is pretty flimsy. I forgot to do the thing that I did with the tongs, where I put the triangle shape to make them work better. You know something? I can push on it with my thumb here, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to flex my fingers like this. That's how the ones in that YouTube video worked. So yeah, I need these to be a little bigger. These holes there. That's change number one. Anyways, let me see if these can pick anything up. Kinda? Oh, hey, look, they're pumpkin shaped because they're Halloween pretzels. I feel like they should be able to. Let me try pushing it on my thumb. Let me put it on here so I can flex them better. me see if I can grab them. Yeah, they're weak and flimsy as all balls, so they aren't working too well. Looks like what I need to do is stiffen this up a lot. I need to thicken these. Can I grab them? I can't even grab them like this. So like, yeah. So I'm gonna have to stiffen these up. I'm gonna have to make them way thicker. I'm gonna have to make these holes way bigger. I think though that this right here is not quite flexible enough, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. And I think that's what I gotta do. I gotta add that triangle shape to it too to make it stiffer. And then once I get these good, are they long enough? Hang on, are they long enough? Right? If I had it closed like this, would it be conceivable that it's convenient for this length, for me to use this length to pick up a piece of food? Since there's this hole in there, I'm gonna put it in the hole. And then if I try to eat it, okay, so I just put it up to my mouth, and it's a fairly comfortable, length for these to be. So the length here is good, and I think this separation here is good. The amount of separation there is. That should hold most things, especially most snacks. I might make it a little bit wider, but the idea is I'm supposed to have these on my fingers like this, right? And then I flex my fingers like this to close it, and it would actually grab something, you know? And then the other idea was that once these are closed, they would go into a hole, right, in the fork and spoon and butter knife heads, and those would act as, and these would act as the handle for that. So like, I would essentially be eating things like, this. Or maybe like this would be more comfortable, I don't know. If it's more comfortable this way or this way depends on the orientation of the holes. So, or we'll change the orientation of the holes depending on if this kind of scooping action is more comfortable or if this kind of scooping action is more comfortable. But for now, I'm gonna have to make these wider. I do like the size of them. They're still sharp. They still feel sharp, but they'll be less sharp if I make the actual gap wider. And then I gotta make this thicker and stiffer. So that's what I'm gonna have to do to get these good. And once these are good, then I can start basing the rest of this project around these. That's the idea. Also, there's globs of plastic at the bottom here, but yeah. I mean, I can slide them on like this, but then I can't grab them very easily because they gotta go deep onto my fingers in order for me to flex them. So yeah, so make these bigger, make this stiffer, make this less stiff, because there's not much torque I can give from right here, so I gotta make this a lot less stiff. by making it a bigger circle, I think. Because, you know, this is essentially a big circle too. This could be part of a big circle here, and this is very flexible, so that's why making this a big circle would make that more flexible. So those are the changes I'm gonna have to make before I can continue. I might continue testing on these pretzels because they're hard pretzels, and I don't particularly like hard pretzels all that much. So I'm not gonna like eat these anytime soon. I'll put these back in the bag and put a clip on the bag so that the pretzels don't come out, and I'll just go ahead and keep testing on these pretzels, I guess. I might want to find something soft too to test these on. You know, a hard thing, the pretzels, and a soft thing, that would test pretty much most things. Anyways, now I'm gonna get back to improving this.